Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Quant, whose current price stands at the $114.8 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 0.35%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening here on the Quant chart. From the all-time high, we had been trading within this ABC corrective movement, which took us back to around the $41.2 mark, and after making that low we have been seeing a very nice bounce to the upper side, which has been obeying the Elliot wave structures. And jumping to the 4-hour chart so that we can see that Elliot wave structure to the upper side, you can see I have this Elliot wave structure in blue, having that as the first wave to the upper side, then a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, then continued pushing higher in the formation of a wave 5, making our peak at around the $229 mark. And having seen that movement to the upper side obeying the Elliot wave structure, we can now name that as a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And having seen the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side, whatever we expect next is the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, which is a corrective wave. And using the Fibonacci's, we can sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2 by connecting the Fibonacci's from the low of that first wave down there to the high of the wave 1, and that gives me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. And I can mark that target area here on the charts like this, which perfectly lies between the $135.5 mark and the $113.2 mark. But Quant managed to break out of the target area to the lower side, making our low at around the $94.5 mark. And in that movement I still have this as a valid wave 2 to the lower side, even if it has managed to break out of our minimum retracement area, that is between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.7 the fib level 0.618, and it's holding above the fib level 0.78 over here, which perfectly lies at around the $80.1 mark. And having seen the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 2, whatever we expect next is an impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3. And by impulsive I mean I also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that third wave to the upper side, like what we have seen in this first wave to the upper side, which is also an impulsive movement. And I believe we have started to see that a reversal here on the Quant chart, that is on the 1-hour chart. So jumping to the 1-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 1-hour chart you can see after making our low at around the $94 mark, we have been seeing a very nice reversal to the upper side, which has also been obeying the Elliot wave structures. And in my previous videos, this is how I had my Elliot wave structure here on this chart, having this as the first wave to the upper side, then a wave 2, then a wave 3, then I was expecting a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4 before we continue pushing high in the formation of a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And using the Fibonacci, I had sketched out a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of this wave 4 over here by connecting the fibs from the low of the first wave down there to the high of the wave 3. And that gave me a minimum retracement area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4 between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, and you can see we retraced into that target area. But in this Elliot wave structure we have one issue over here. This wave 4 over here retraced into the high of the first wave. So if I mark the high of the first wave here on this chart, you can see that this wave 4 retraced into the high of that first wave, and having done so, that invalidates this Elliot wave structure to the upper side. But there's still an Elliot wave structure that we can have over here, having this impulsive movement to the upper side as the first wave to the upper side. So this is my new Elliot wave count, having this as the wave 1. Then whatever we have been seeing over here is a movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2. Then I'm expecting a bounce to the upper side in a wave 3, then a wave 4, and then a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And to get to see whether this wave 2 that we have now on the charts, whether it has done the minimum that we expect it to do using the Fibonacci's, we can use the fibs, connecting them from the low of that first wave down there to the high of the first wave, and that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618. And I can mark that target area here on the charts, which perfectly lies at around the $110.2 mark and the $106.2 mark. And that gives me the key scenarios that I'm expecting to play out here on the Quant chart. There are high chances that if Quant continues to obey this Elliot wave structure, we might be headed for lower prices here on the Quant chart. To fully maximize the formation of this higher Elliott wave count 2 by retracing into the area between the $110 mark and the $106.5 mark. So my primary scenario at the moment is a retracement into this target area. We maximize the formation of this wave 2 before we see an impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3, then expect a wave 4 and then a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliott wave count 1 to the upper side. And at the moment it seems like Quant is in much of a consolidation over here. The buyers and the sellers don't know where to take the market next, and soon we might see a breakout out of this consolidation that we are seeing over here, and there are chances that we might see a consolidation to the lower side to fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliott wave count 2, that is this wave 2 over here, before we continue pushing higher in a wave 3. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI we are at a neutral point because we are trading at around the 42 mark. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bearish cross, and that would mean no prices are coming our way, and that would support the formation of that higher Elliott wave, that is that wave 2 to the lower side, before we continue pushing higher in the formation of a wave 3. And that's the update for Quant.